When you see these two signs between words in the Quran, it means you have to perform Ishbaa, which functions as a mad tabi'i, or natural mad of 2 counts. And in certain situations, they can get extended up to 4 counts, just like a disconnected mad. So these signs should sound like this. إِنَّهُ عَلَى رَجْعِهِ لَقَادِرٌ. So the existence of these signs make it very easy for you to realize that here you're supposed to extend for 2 counts as a mad tabi'i. But if you're not using the same type of mushaf, or a mushaf that doesn't have signs, or not the same signs, it can become challenging to recite properly. This lesson will help you understand how Ishbaa exists and what are the exceptions to its rules. First of all, Ishbaa happens between words, and it only involves extending the added ha to the end of the word. We also call it ha al-kinayah, and there are 3 conditions that have to be met for this ha to get Ishbaa, or in other words, to be extended. First, the ha itself is not an original part of the word, so it has to be an added pronoun to the word. Second, the ha has to come between 2 letters that have fatha, dhamma, or kasra. So there shouldn't be sukoon before it or after it. And last is that you have to keep on reading. If you stop at the word, then there is no extension required. Now let's take these 3 conditions and try to apply them on a number of examples. First example. ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب. So here the ha is an extra part of the word. The original word is mal, so ha is added to it, and it existed between 2 letters, and one has dhamm and the other one has fatha. And since we kept on reading, we said ماله وما كسب. One more example. يحسب أن ماله أخلده. Again, we have the same word here, so we extended for 2 counts. There is the possibility to extend for 4 counts, but the word that comes after it, أخلده, we also have ha al-kinayah here as well, because the ha came between the dal that has fatha and the kaf that has fatha as well. But in this case, since we stopped at the end of the word, there was no reason to apply the ishba' in this position. وَفَوَاكِهَ مِمَّا يَشْتَهُونَ. Here we didn't extend because the ha at the end of the word فَوَاكِه is an original part of the word, so it is not an added pronoun. That's why there is no ishbah here whatsoever. Last example. أَيَحْسَبُ أَن لَّن يَقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ أَحَدٌ. Here we have ha. It is not an original part of the word, but before it there is sukoon. So in this case, we are not allowed to extend or add ishbah here whatsoever. So the ha has to be an added part, so not an original part of the word, and it has to come between 2 letters that have haraka or fatha, dhamma, kasra, and you have to keep on reading for the ishbah to happen. Now, this rule could be applied for the entire Quran. However, there are 5 exceptions. 4 of these cases should have ishbah, and yet they don't, and you're going to read them without ishbah. And there's one case that shouldn't have ishbah, yet it does. Let's look at the first 4 cases. قالوا أرجه وأخاه وأرسل في المدائن حاشرين. قالوا أرجه وأخاه وابعث في المدائن حاشرين. These two examples are very similar, so I'm discussing them together. In these two cases, we have ha that is extra, and it came between two letters that have kasra and the other one has fatha, and we kept on reading, but still we cannot apply ishba' in this position. Next exception. اذهب بكتابي هذا فألقه إليهم ثم تول عنهم وإن تشكروا يرضه لكم. In these two cases, we also see that ha is not an original part of the word. It came between two letters that have fatha, dhamma, or kasra. We kept on reading, and yet we cannot extend here or add ishba'. And now the final case where you should not have ishba', yet there is. يضاعف له العذاب يوم القيامة ويخلد فيه مهانا. Here we have the ha that was added to the end of the word, but before it there is a ya that has sukun on top. So this breaks the second rule, and yet we are going to add ishba' to the end of this ha. But now you might be wondering, then why didn't these cases follow the rule? And the answer is simple, because this is how we have learned it from the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. This is how he recited them, and that's how we've learned them. So next time you wonder about ishba', remember the 3 rules and the 5 exceptions. Thanks for watching. If you want to start your journey to learn the tajweed of the Quran, you can click on this link. And if you want to understand the Quran in Arabic, then you should click on that link. And finally, I hope you've learned something new today, and I will see you next time.